Good morning. I was trying to give everybody time to get in here. The intro music's a good idea. Oh, let me see who's up in the chat. KDF, good to see ya. She says, I'm reworking my sleep pattern to get up in time to catch you. I love you, Cece. Oh, Katie, I love you too. Thank you. Never Lose Hope. Brooks Channel, Shine On, Jean, Cement Shoes. You made it this morning. You're early. Cheryl, Michelle P, Debbie, Faithful One, Karen, Unique True Crime Obsessed. Hey y'all, it's Brooks Channel. This is my crime channel. I'm just making sure it's set up right. Be right back. Well, get us the link. Poppy's in Normandy, Shay Shay, Tremaine, aka the Professor. Happy Feet music. Yeah, I love that tune. Did I say hi to Shay Shay? Shay Shay, TC, Jamie. I think I got everybody. Norma Star. Good morning to everybody. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. We're going to talk about that sneaky Chad Daybell, that monster, this morning. Came across an article where someone gave an interview with Nancy Grace, and they were saying he had made advances towards other married women. Got a thing for married women. Sicko. Bieber. How are you doing? Good morning. Annie P, good morning. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Channel members, I changed the strawberry emoji to strawberry shortcake. When I did the strawberry emoji, it didn't enter my brain that there's one on most everybody's keyboard. So we changed it to strawberry shortcake. And I have to get more members before it will let me upload any new emojis. So I took one of the smiley face hippie emojis out and put the suicide awareness ribbon. And y'all feel free to use the emojis anytime you want. That's what they're there for. We got a bunch. Let me see if I can put them all in before we get started. We need to bring awareness to suicide. And suicide has deeply affected my life. So that's one reason I did it. The other reason is because a troll told me to go kill myself Wednesday on the anniversary of my boyfriend's suicide that I witnessed. And it really pissed me off. I was pissed off yesterday morning and didn't say nothing. And I got a screenshot of them saying in my notifications, I took it in my Creator Studio app, of them saying, go kill yourself. Yeah. So I did it for that troll that has no life. Makes my heart beat out of my chest just mentioning that, because this person has been lurking on my channel. They knew it was the anniversary of that. That's why they told me that. They're a weirdo, just like I put in my community post the other day. A weirdo freak. But we're not going to waste too much time on them. Let me see if I can get this opened up. I could show y'all the screenshot if y'all would like to see it. I got it right here in my drive, if I can figure out how to pull it up. This is what evil people do. They left this on my, I believe it was the true crime trivia that we did. Yeah, it was. Oh, I went too far. Back up. There you go. A second look. You should go kill yourself. In the comments above was from a post that I had made about this, which I deleted. I don't know why. At the time I deleted it after I showed my channel members. I just felt like I was letting them have some kind of power over me, you know? Yeah. So there you go, troll. There's 2 different accounts using that name. And I'm going to tell you how I know. Because I had it out with one of them. We had a few words the other day. The picture looks different. So, what I'm thinking is, everybody knows I had a few words the other day. In the comment section, they went and tattletaled to somebody else. Somebody might have saw that and took advantage of that situation. I don't know. But the accounts look different. And another reason I know is because I blocked that person. So how did they still comment? It's 2 different accounts. Now, you lurker, weirdo. Not all people that lurk are weirdos. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people are silent viewers, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of weirdos that just go around lurking. Left me that comment because they knew it was the anniversary of my boyfriend's suicide I witnessed. That's why they did it. That's what pisses me off. You're a freaking weirdo. Hey, Red Rum. No, you don't. You don't mess around with suicide. You ever think, what if you tell somebody something like that and they went and did it? Someone who was suicidal, struggling, piece of shit. I'm about to get emotional, so we're going to move on to Chad Daybell. It's all I'm going to say about it. Get the F off my channel, you weirdo, tattletale, crybaby. Go take a second look at that bitch. You like for people to address stuff. I'm addressing you. Take a fucking link. Come up here and say it to my face. You coward. If I saw you in real life and you said something like that to me, I'd knock your teeth down your throat. Okay. Since we're talking about weirdos, we're going to move on to Chad Daybell. Oh, yeah. One more thing before I move on. I'm trying to calm down. I'm breathing heavy. My heart's beating out of my chest. People like this are losers. YouTube is all they got. They hop from channel to channel, trying to trigger people, trying to get them to say stuff so they can go create drama on another channel. Now, we're responsible for what we say. We can't let people trigger us. I get that. But they're losers. They have no life. They're troublemakers. They're pieces of shit, people that do that. They try to stir up trouble so they can sit back and watch people argue back and forth with each other. Hiding behind a keyboard and a cartoon picture. Coward. I'm not on camera a lot, but back in my older videos, I used to be on camera a whole lot. I just, don't got time to be getting up every morning, getting ready. Not coming on YouTube looking like crap. Yeah, it's just a troll, but I want them to know I got their number. I got not their number, but I got, their URL. I got them. I'm going to figure out exactly who's behind that account. Because they've been vile to other people in this community. They was vile to Amanda Lynn. She commented and told me she had to block them. People in this community need to be aware. Okay. Let's move on to Chad Daybell. That's all they're getting from me. I just wanted them to know. I got your screenshot. Piece of shit. Go tattletale that. I'll never apologize for calling anybody that does that. People like that are danger online. Because they will tell that to the wrong person one day. It's happened before. Someone that's suicidal, unstable, could push them over the edge. Okay. So this article is by Crime Online. It says, cult mom husband Chad Daybell made advances to a married woman before meeting Lori Vallow's former friend. She told this to Nancy Grace. Hold on, guys. I got to breathe a second. No, it's not Shine On. Exactly right. I just wanted people to know about that account. A close friend of doomsday author Chad Daybell says that the husband of cult mom Lori Vallow made sexual advances towards her and other women before meeting Lori and before his wife's mysterious death. Can you believe that? I can. Well, a little bit, part of me, I'm going to be honest, I can a little bit. And then I'm thinking, God, who would want to be with that ugly thing? Of course, I guess they turned him down. Julie Rowe, an author and self-proclaimed clairvoyant, is that how you say it? Clairvoyant, spoke to Crime Online's Nancy Grace for her upcoming Fox Nation special, a Lori Vallow investigation with Nancy Grace. I wonder if that's already aired. I'd like to hear that. Chad and Lori are in a jail in Idaho. Daybell on charges of concealment and destruction of evidence, and Lori with desertion and non-support of dependent children, resisting or obstructing officers, criminal solicitation to commit a crime, and contempt of court. Hold on, guys, I got a cough. Let's see if I can meet it. Roe told Grace that there was another woman in Arizona before Lori, whom Chad had been texting. That went haywire when the woman's husband intercepted the text and told Chad Daybell he'd go public with them if Chad didn't leave his wife alone. Wow. Roe, who said Chad had also made sexual advances towards her, said that as far as she knew, she and the Arizona woman were the only people Chad told about a vision he said he had of Tammy's death. Oh, yeah, I remember this. I remember her now. They got a video here, but I don't know if I should play anything with Nancy Grace in it. I'm seeing a pattern, Grace said. You worked closely with him. You're attractive. And bam, suddenly he remembers, hey, I was married to you in another life. Then there's Lori Vallow. Then there's the other lady you told me about. That's 3 right there. That's why I love Nancy. The charges against Chad and Lori could change now that investigators have confirmed the remains found on in Chad Daybell's backyard last week were those of Lori's missing children, 7-year-old J.J. Vallow and 17-year-old Tylee Ryan. Grace's interview with Roe took place before the remains were identified. Chad Daybell married Lori Vallow last fall, just weeks after Tammy Daybell died, and her death came a few weeks after the children were last seen. Daybell and Vallow were clear to marry after Tammy's death because Lori's husband, Charles Vallow, had been shot to death in the summer. Investigators have exhumed Tammy Daybell's body for an autopsy, but results have not returned. Rose said that she used to visit the Daybells out in Idaho until one day Chad Daybell told her not to because Tammy was off her antidepressants and had become very jealous. Yeah, I'd say she became jealous because you tried to screw around all the time, asshole. And then there was the time he referenced needing the spouses, plural, to be gone. I was very disturbed at something he'd said to me in 2008, Rose said. He was frustrated and he said, I feel like the plans can't move on until the spouses are gone. 3 weeks before Tammy Daybell's death, Rose said she spoke with Chad Daybell. He said in a frustrated, almost angry voice, very frustrated, I feel like my plan can't move on until Tammy has died, she said. Oh my God, guys. But this is hearsay, too. 3 years earlier, Chad Daybell told Roe about the vision he had about Tammy. He said he had a vision that she had passed away and thought she was going to die in a car accident, Roe said. Oh my God, is that the end of the article? We want to know more. Yeah, it's the end of it. What a weirdo. So he had been wanting to get rid of Tammy for a few years, if this is true. I feel like that it's probably true. Or at least I feel like, yeah, he was wanting to get rid of Tammy for a few years. He's tired of being married, and it was against his religion to get a divorce. But not against his religion to murder 2 children, maybe even allegedly murdered his wife. Probably in on the Charles Vallow shooting somehow. He was probably in there with them, plotting and planning, scheming. Shug. No, he got upset they weren't paying any attention to him, just walked off and nobody. Oh, I don't know what you're talking. You must be talking to someone else. I would love. My chat scrolled. I was going to read a text. Kelly. I would love to know if Charles Bellow emailed Tammy about Lori and Chad like he said he was going to in his email to her other brother, not Alex. I remember that. I remember reading that. That's a good question. I'm curious about that too. Maybe if he said he was going to, maybe he did. I'm beginning to believe that Tammy found out about that affair. Her friend said that she was acting weird in the days before her death when she was at work at the library. She wasn't her normal, happy, cheery self. Let me just look at the chat. I'm just looking at my StreamYard's chat, and it only shows the top chat, not the live. So let me look. Uh-oh, Norma got hidden. Why? I don't know how to redo that. Norma, hold on. Sorry, that must be an accident. Crap. Hey, Red Ram, can you go back and unhide her? Do you know how to do that? She must have hit a button. I don't even know if Red Ram's in the chat anymore. Lisa, can you scroll back up and see if there's a way to unhide her? Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sorry about that, Norma. That's a mistake. Oh, Norma wouldn't say nothing bad. If that's the real Norma, no, she wouldn't say anything bad. I think it was just an accident. Uh-oh, Very Mary's message was retracted. Did I do that? Thank you, Cheryl. Hey, Candy. What's going on, Shug? A friend of Chad Smith, I think his name said, that all the women's attention, when he talked at meetings for his doomsday thing, he was totally disgusted with him. Yeah, that's probably, okay, if you remember, Melanie Gibbs said that Chad never took Tammy to like those little lectures he gave or whatever crap he done, little speeches, whatever. Katie is pocket modding. I thought she was Alex because I know Norma. Norma, you didn't write anything. It was an accident. I think Red Room's got her phone in her pocket. It's all right. Now, yesterday, East, they put out some body cam footage. I put it up for my channel members in Patreon, but East Idaho News had it up. And it was of the day when they walk in and find Charles Vallow shot. I mean, Alex Cox shot him several times. You know, it was overkill. He should have never shot him. That was all set up as murder. But Lori Vallow's house, it was just, looked nice inside, a big home. But crap, there's mattresses on the floor, stuff everywhere in the bedrooms. I think they had just moved in, but still. Let me just scroll back up through the chat. Shug, is someone missing? I hate to hear that, prayers. Is it a family member? Because I was talking when you was talking about it. Yeah, so let's get back to Chad. Yeah, so Chad, he's a womanizer. Complete weirdo too. Monster. I believe this was totally all his idea to get rid of them all. I don't know what he did to Lori's brain, but for her to believe the crap he was selling her and she bought it hook, line, and sinker, she's got to be something bad wrong with her. And I'm not slamming mental illness. I have it myself, but I'm just saying she's schizophrenic or something. And so is that Melanie Gibb. She's like, oh, I didn't 100% buy it. But she halfway did. You know? Like, who would believe like 1 ounce of that crap? He's a total scumbag. Shug, your grandson. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let us know what's going on with that. Any updates? Praying for you, hon. I hate to hear that. Hopefully they find him soon. Email me, Shug. I'll give you my email. And let me know later. I'll make sure to check it. Something like this going on. I know they thought she was the rule and the roost kind of woman. Meanwhile, she fell for all that crap. Zombies, please. Yeah. Tammy was a smart person. She probably fell for like his visions and stuff like that. But, when it got to this teleportation and zombies, no, she wasn't having it. He met Lori Vallow and he wanted rid of Tammy. I believe he had wanted rid of her for a couple of years. That's why, like 3 years before, he's telling this Roe woman, Tammy's going to die. Had a vision of it. He had it in his mind he wanted out without a divorce. Melanie's mother appeared to have schizophrenia. Melanie had a very bizarre upbringing, to say the least. Well, I've said this before, but she acts weird. I mean, to me. In like her interviews, she was on that Dateline. She acts weird. She looks to her husband a lot when she's answering questions too. If it hadn't been for him, her butt would be in jail too. He was smart enough to cooperate with authorities. I just want to know who told them that those bodies were there. The kids' bodies was in his backyard. Someone tipped them off to that. I'm just wondering if somebody gave them a tip of the exact location or just that the bodies were in the backyard and they took a dog and the dog found them. Guess it doesn't matter, but I mean, I'm just curious. Wilson family, hey. Well, Norma, I know you. I knew it was automatically an accident because you come into my chat for a long time and you're always nice and respectful. Accidents happen. I've done it for myself. I'm always pushing buttons. I'll erase people's messages, block them. You know somebody I'm missing in chat, and I made a note to say something. Julie Jacqueline, where are you, girl? I'm paging you. I just wanted to say that real quick. If you're watching the replay, Julie, I'm wondering about you. You just sat your StreamYards up. If you want to come up on panel, you can. Also, don't let me forget, guys. I want to show y'all they have released the suspect's picture in Atlanta that has been shooting homeless people, been murdering homeless people. What a coward, taking advantage of the most vulnerable people, murdering them for no reason. They think they got a serial killer. Candy, have a good day. Stay safe, girl. Kelly, Melanie Gibbs did say in her interview tonight that she felt they were closer than people think. I'm kind of leaning towards her. I mean, but did she know the kids were dead this whole time? But someone pointed out, I can't remember who it was, they could have been tipped off when they learned that he was trying to get a building permit to build something back there. Who's murdering homeless people? They don't know who he is. They don't know who he is. I'm going to pull up the picture and show y'all. If y'all was watching the other day at the end of my video, I think I said something about this. I said someone's been murdering homeless people in Atlanta. Let me get it. We got his picture. Wait till it loads up and I'll share it with you guys. Okay. I actually need to do a video on this since I got his picture so everybody can see it. StreamYards has got such a delay. I'm already screen sharing it and it still ain't showed up to you guys yet. It's so weird. It's not showing up on my phone. Let me go out and come back in. Okay, there it is. See, it went, oh crap. I got that comment still up. Let me take that down. Give me just a second. Okay. Did it take it down? Telling you, something's wrong with my phone. D. Aker. Chad wanted to become a rock star complete with groupies. He targeted married women with his "we were married in a previous life" bullcrap. Well said. I'm trying to get this comment to come down. On my StreamYards, it's showing it's still up there, but on my phone, it's not. Okay, I guess it's not. So let me go back over here and damn advertisements. I hate all those damn ads. Okay. So there he is. Damn, what a delay this has. Okay, finally showing up to you guys. So there is the suspect. He is accused of killing 3 homeless people in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, they captured him. They captured him. This morning they hadn't captured him. They had only released the photos. Atlanta authorities have captured a man they believe to be the suspect behind the killing of 3 homeless people this month. According to CBS 46 and Cheryl McCullen with the Cold Case Investigative Research Institute, David Lee, 29, has been taken into custody in Gwinnett County. The first shooting happened on June 1st, close to an overpass by Baker Highland Connector and Piedmont Avenue in Atlanta, around 1:40 p.m. Lee allegedly shot and killed 45-year-old Timothy Terrell Smith, who occasionally sleeps in the area. The second shooting happened on July 11th or July 12th at around 9:40 p.m. an overpass near I-20 and Windsor Street, where 56-year-old Curtis Cockrell was shot and killed. Bless their hearts. On June 15th, close to the intersection of Pryor Road and Rawson Street in Atlanta, Lee shot and killed Maxine McDonald while she was inside a tent, according to the Atlanta police. The victim's identity has not yet been released. According to police, most of the victims were shot multiple times. AGC reports that Isidro Riviera, who was with the crew working across the street, said he heard 5 to 10 gunshots coming from the area of the woman's tent. It was close range, Riviera said, real close. Although the suspect is now in custody, police indicated that the investigation is ongoing. Check back for updates. Yeah, this morning they just had the article of the photos had been released.
Hey,
Yeah. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on, guys. Let me tell Mark bye. For you to swap right back in there. Okay, guys. Mark's leaving. He's got to go see one of his friends. His mom just died, and he's having a hard time with it. Yeah. Mark was the pallbearer at her funeral the other day. I believe it was Tuesday. You know what was sad about it? They buried her. She was buried on her birthday. Poor thing. Back over here to this. Stop screen sharing that. I was going to say, I lost my place. Oh, yeah, I was talking about this morning when I was looking for topics. They hadn't caught this guy yet. They had just released the photos a few hours before that, but I'm glad that he's in custody. So I think based on one of our trivia questions the other day, he would be considered a serial killer, right? He killed 3 people, 3 homeless people. Why did he target them? I don't understand that. Okay, so let me get back to my chat here. CC, Brooke Channel wants to come out. Please post the link. Okay. Okay. Somehow you can verify people on here. You know, like if you post the link and you're waiting for somebody to come up and somebody else pops up, somehow you can verify them. I'm behind a lot in chat, probably. Yeah, serial killers, sure of motivations there. Easy to target the weak, CC, and homeless don't really have any protection. I know it. That one lady, the last one he murdered, she was inside of her tent, probably sleeping. Yeah, there you go, Brooks Channel. While I'm waiting on Brooke, do y'all remember Frankie Gonzalez's Amber Alert a while back from Texas? His mom claimed that he disappeared from a restroom at a park. Came to find it out, he had never been at that park. And she later led investigators to his body inside of a dumpster. The dumpster was beside of a church. Remember that? Well, his dad had custody of him. The mother was not supposed to be visiting with him unsupervised, right? But the dad let her do it anyways, and she killed the little boy. So now they have arrested him. Deacre, murders like to target the weak, homeless citizens are vulnerable and a target for criminals. Yeah, do y'all remember years ago when teenagers were going around and videotaping themselves and their friends beating up homeless people, throwing stuff at them, spitting on them? Yeah, it was probably like happened when I was a teenager, maybe a little older. Let me pull up this while I'm waiting on Brooke if she wants to come up. Now, when you first get StreamYard, if you want to come up as a guest, you have to log into your email. It'll ask you to do that. Just an FYI, Brooke. Just do exactly what it asks you. We got something else about Lori Vallow they just put up. But I want to show y'all little Frankie Gonzalez's picture and his mom and dad's picture. The dad sure failed this little boy. Sure did. Shouldn't have been with the dad either, it don't look like. She was not supposed to be alone with this child. I think she has a history of mental illness. Like a severe mental illness. So there's the dad. The dad violated CPS order by having mom watch Amber Alert Tot, who was found dead in the dumpster. His name is Lorenzo Gonzalez, age 28. He's been arrested for abandoning or endangering a child. Police said an investigation into Frankie Gonzalez's death revealed that Lorenzo Gonzalez was barred from leaving his children alone with their mother, Laura Sanchez, age 35. Now, Laura was arrested on June 2nd, the same day she allegedly led officers to her son's body in a dumpster behind a church in Park Lake. Hours earlier, officials issued an Amber Alert as Sanchez reportedly claimed her toddler son vanished from Cameron Park. the kid had never been to Cameron Park. Sanchez had lost custody of her 6 children due to drug use. Frankie Gonzalez's older and younger sisters allegedly tested positive for drugs when they were born in February 2017 and January 2019. Documents also allege that Laura Sanchez was imprisoned on a burglary charge when she gave birth to Frankie Gonzalez, resulting in Lorenzo Gonzalez taking custody of him. Lorenzo had primary legal custody of Frankie and his 2 sisters at the time of the toddler's death. Laura Sanchez could only have supervised visits with her kids. Lorenzo Gonzalez claimed he left little Frankie Gonzalez and his 2 sisters with Laura Sanchez because he thought a CPS-approved supervisor would come to the house and ensure Laura wasn't alone with them. Frankie Gonzalez's cause of death has not been disclosed to the public. However, the Tribune-Herald obtained an affidavit stating that the toddler's sister said he fell in a pool and hurt his arm and closed his eyes and didn't open them back up. Lorenzo told the news outlet he doesn't know how his son died. He reportedly said he would leave the 3 children with Laura while he worked because he trusted her. On May 28th, the day Frankie Gonzalez presumably died, Laura Sanchez allegedly told Lorenzo that their children was with her adult son, Killen? I think it's Killen. So Laura's been charged with first-degree felony injury to a child. She remains in jail on a $500,000 bond and a parole violation. Lorenzo Gonzalez also remains in custody. Poor little feller. I tell you what, Crime Online really, really puts the ads up. Let me see if Brooke's here. I'm sorry, Brooke, if you've been waiting. Oh, she is. I will add her to the stream. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Hey, Brooke.
Hey, everybody. Can you hear
Hello.
me?
Oh, there you are. Hey, it's nice to meet you. Can you hear me? Uh-oh, there's something wrong with the audio. Let me see. Brooke, can you hear me?
If you can hear me, I cannot hear you if you're talking. It's just, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Let me see if I can figure it out. Okay, I'll go back out then.
Yeah. I was trying to type, go in and go back out. She couldn't hear me. Stinking StreamYard. It really, it sucks sometimes. While we're waiting on Brooke, I'll use my phone to look at this new article about Lori Vallow. It was something about Lori Vallow and her niece. Okay. Quote mom friend will testify that Lori Vallow's niece, Melanie Pelosi, visited Chad and Lori in Hawaii after the children vanished. What? Lori's niece went to Hawaii after the kids vanished. Let's see if Brooke audio works now. Brooke, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Have you got earbuds? Okay. Well,
yeah,
now
I've got it. I've got them on. Does it sound bad?
I hear a little static.
Okay, hold on.
Oh,
I don't know why I always have this problem with StreamYard.
take your
Let's
earbuds out.
see. Okay.
See if
Let's
that
see.
works. Okay. We lost her. We lost her. Okay, yeah. So it says a former friend of Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell will reportedly testify that Lori's niece Melanie Pulowski visited the newlywed couple in Hawaii after Lori's two children disappeared. Hey, girl.
Okay, I'm back in. Can you hear me better?
Yes, that sounds great. Girl, I was just reading this article that a friend of Lori Vallow's is going to testify that Lori's niece Melanie visited Chad and Lori in Hawaii after the children vanished.
Okay, and it says a friend.
It says cult mom friend will testify that Lori Vallow's niece Melanie Pulaski visited Chad and Lori in Hawaii after the children vanished.
Okay, they're talking about Melanie P that supposedly went to Hawaii and visited, right? Or is it the
Right.
other? Okay.
No.
I'm thinking, honestly, I've looked into it so much to the point where I've like thought of every detail possible. But I really, honestly, I'm thinking that because Melanie, her niece Melanie, was pretty much
Yeah.
involved, and then all of the stuff that happened with her husband that they, shot at, and he actually lived through it. After she
Yeah.
did that, I believe, she turned into crazier than she was. She can't be around her kids yet. I think she's pregnant now. The niece is. So if she's pregnant and married with a new guy, I'm gonna say probably more than likely she might be the one that's talking, because she might be freaking out that she's pregnant, or she don't want to go to jail, and she might have took some deal, you know.
I'm thinking that is what happened. Her butt would be in jail if it wasn't for her husband.
Right, but and really, who in the world is Lori's friend? I mean, there's not many people out here that Lori's got wrapped around her finger right now, and if she does, I haven't seen any,
I,
anybody that's just like, oh, I love her, after all this.
yeah. I bet it's Melanie Gibb, the friend, Melanie Gibb.
I guarantee you, it is. It is. Wait a minute, I'm trying to get my Melanie's mixed up. Okay, she's the one that did the interviews, right?
Yeah, the older lady.
Yes, her. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or when everybody's seen? I don't know how many of you seen that interview, but there was like I think it 3 parts at
Yeah.
the most. Something was off about that. I'll be honest. When I was watching it, I'm always, when I watch somebody talk, it's almost like when I pay attention to the body language or how they are. She seemed really, what is the word for it? She seemed like it was pretty much staged, and that she had been rehearsing it. And I believe she just kind of like got up there and said what everybody wanted to hear in her mind, so they would leave her alone. But I think there's more to it than what she's saying, because I believe that she was into it deeper, way deeper than she's acting, or she would have never started that podcast.
Oh, I see. I didn't know she has a podcast.
Yes, her and Lori Daybell, they both were in a
Oh,
podcast
yeah.
together,
Oh,
and you can still pull these podcasts up. And the funny thing with the podcast is that there's one guy that's named Jason something that's normally on these podcasts, and when you listen to these podcasts, you're going to be like, wow, because literally when I went to listen to it, I was really thinking that I was going to be able to immediately see or tell that Lori was crazy, by the way she spoke. But I'll be honest, the way she spoke, I could see why she could be a narcissist, and she probably manipulates people very easily, because by listening to her on those podcasts, you wouldn't even think she was that crazy. You would think that she was like you and I, and she was somebody that you could trust almost, unless you knew her, to a personal level.
Well, I've heard people speak about her that knew her before, and they said, like, she just, like, flipped. She is not the same person that they knew years ago.
Another issue is this Charles Vallow footage that I keep coming across, the body cam footage. I
Mhm.
honestly don't understand why the police didn't do more than they did. They could have listened to him and they could have took him seriously, and had they, we might still have the kids alive and him alive. But because when she went crazy and decided she was going to, take the vehicle that he was supposed to have when he got back from the airport, and also take all the money that he took out of, or that she took out of the account, the business account. I think it was like $35,000 she took out of his business account, and he only had like $2 in his bank account when he got back. I think when he called the
Yeah.
police, if they had took that seriously and had done something about it then, he wouldn't have been dead, and he wouldn't have had, his JJ dead and Tolly. I think the kids knew more than they needed to know, and I think her idea was, I'll just take them out and I'll say that Alex killed them and we had no clue they were buried there. But she's already ruined that defense if that's what she's going to try, because
Yeah.
I mean, she's just went around acting like she's happy as can be, like smirking in the courtroom, directly looking at JJ's, grandparents or the Woodcocks, and smiling at them. It's bizarre. It's almost like she read all those books that Chad Daybell wrote, and it
Mhm.
brainwashed her. I was also told that her niece, Melanie, had a weird childhood, and they said that she had a mother that also too believed in some crazy religious beliefs, and it put Melanie in a situation in childhood. But my problem with this whole thing is I don't care what happened in your childhood. I've had things happen to me as an adult. I've had things happen to me in childhood,
Yep.
and I've had all kinds of issues. Everybody has issues, so you can't just say, "Oh, my mom's crazy, and that's why I'm the way I am." No, you've seen what she went through and what she did and put you through. Surely she would think, I want to be a better person than my mom was. Let me do things differently.
Yeah.
But
Breaking up
all,
just a little bit. You're breaking up.
oh, okay, hold on. Let's see if I can fix the audio.
Did you hear what Melanie did? Hold on. I'll let you get situated first.
What is going on here?
It's stupid StreamYards. You pay them $25 to be the audio crap. I mean,
Hold on.
no,
Okay,
it's
so
a
I
real
just
button.
muted my mic. Yeah, it's on your side too. It's like it sounds like that. It sounds like you're cracking up over here too.
Wow.
Let's see. I'm gonna turn the
Let
volume
me
down. Maybe that'll
let me see
help.
if I can hook some earbuds up and see if that'll work.
Huh.
Sometimes it'll work if I use earbuds.
Okay. Yes, I've had
Sometimes
that
it
problem.
makes it worse.
I went on a live and with Conscious Truth one time when we were figuring the StreamYards out at first, and I remember me telling her, everybody couldn't hear me, so
I can't hear crap.
I was telling her to put her earbuds on because I could be too loud on her end. And after she did that, it was fine, but it may not be that this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I tried to hook them up right then, and then I couldn't hear
Here, let's see if
anything.
I can put
Let me see.
mine back on and see what it does.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay. I got mine hooked up.
I'm trying to put mine on. Let's see. Okay, is there any static?
Okay. It's
I've
like
put
a
mine
little bit
in.
better.
Okay.
Okay, so Katie F
Yes.
said, "Cece, you aren't roboting here." I was gonna I was gonna say Melanie Gibbs said that Lori was ordered to a psychological evaluation, and she just went in there and lied to them and aced it, fooled them.
Yeah, she did. And that's what I'm saying. I didn't understand how that was, and I hate to bring this up, but Nicole Kessler is a good example on how she can talk to somebody and make believe whatever in a way, when she did all that police work when she was in there. There's things that I was
Yeah,
hearing that she was saying that just didn't sound right to me. In my mind, I was thinking, that's weird because her story didn't add up. Well, I noticed while watching these videos on Lori and when Charles had that body cam footage that they uploaded, that
mhm,
Lori is like that. Lori went in there with her daughter, and I don't know how many people have seen this. And you can play this on your channel the way too. And they can't do this anything about this because it's to the public. But there's footage of her where she had went into the police department and Charles wanted her to get evaluated. He was concerned for her. So she took, I think it was Melanie Gibb in there with her and her daughter, Tali. And the entire time she's talking, she almost nearly loses it in one of these videos when she's talking to the officer. And she did well until she like got all upset a little bit, and then she started rambling and she was laughing and it sounded like she was half crying, and but she was rambling at the same time. And her daughter acted more of a mother figure to her own mother than Lori acted toward her own daughter. So when I say that, I mean you see Tally reach over and kind of tell her to stop a few times and tell her that she's kind of getting carried away. Is kind of what it appeared as. Like she started, rambling on about Charles and how he was and blah blah blah, and all of this stuff. She was like, I guess her daughter was trying to tell her, yeah, you probably should say this for your. So she kind of just put her hand over, and tapped her a little bit, trying to get her to stop. I thought it was
yeah,
very interesting watching the um, the interaction with Tally and Lori in that video because it looked to me like Tally was the mother and Lori was the child. That's how it appeared. What worries me about this is that what if she goes to court and claims insanity plead? Okay, that's a possibility. She could, plead she's insane, but at the same time, she's gonna have to prove without a doubt she's got a mental problem. And to
yeah,
me, honestly, she probably does, but she also probably premeditated the entire thing along with the rest of the people that came up dead.
yeah.
I
Well, her
mean,
going
there's
in
a
there and acing the
ton of
psych
bodies in this one.
evaluation is not
So
gonna
I don't
help
know
her
what she's going to
insanity.
claim. I can only imagine, but I thought in the very beginning she would claim Alex killed everybody.
Yeah. I thought they have used Alex to do their dirty work, is what I thought. Can you hear me?
Now I can't hear you if you're talking. Let's see.
Oh, no.
Hmm.
Yeah, Katie, if Tylee went to the police station with, Lori, East Idaho News has, some body cam footage of that. Oh, poor Brooke. She can't get StreamYards. I don't know. Sometimes it does that. I've seen that happen on, other people's streams. I'm gonna unhook these earbuds for a sec. They're killing me. Um, they really need to fix their problems on StreamYards. But what I was saying, I was trying to tell Brooke she couldn't hear me. She went in there and aced that mental evaluation, right? So if she tries to plead insanity, that's not going to help her case any. The static is back. Uh-oh. Let me see. Hello? Your girl? Let's see. Can you hear me? Brett, can you hear me? I can't hear anything. My headset's not working. I don't know what's wrong with the audio, guys. It seems like it's frozen. Can anybody hear? Street, it's frozen. Okay, I think I'm back. Can you guys hear? My screen totally froze up. Yeah, something's not working right. I went to hit brick to go to the start adder and it cut off. Now I'm back. It's cutting in and out. Okay. Well, if y'all can hear me, there's something going on with StreamYard, so I'm going to have to end this probably if it's not going to connect. Let me see if it works this time. Hey, can you hear?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I think it's StreamYard.
Okay, so it is like it totally froze up. I couldn't type in the chat. I couldn't do anything.
Are you using a laptop?
Everybody, I'm using a Chromebook.
Yeah, I have a Chromebook too. Sometimes on Chromebook it does that. Also, I was looking at stuff that was kind of similar to StreamYards, uh, and I found another one that was called. I think it's called Be Live. It's like BE with a dot and then live LIV, but they spell it LIV and then it's .com. It looked like it could be a good one, but I don't know what if they make you pay for it monthly and how it works or any of that yet. I've got to look into it. But StreamYards is really, like literally giving me a problem from day one. I used to go live a lot, and when I was working with it then, it would mess up for some reason. It would have its days where it was okay, and then the next day it would be terrible.
Yeah. See, everybody in chat says that it sounds a lot better, but it's still staticky and you're still roboting to me. I don't know what's wrong.
See, and you're staticky over here to me, and I can hear you, but you're staticky. But I don't. I don't. I don't know. Have you got headphones in, or do you have a microphone on, or?
Well, I kept trying to connect my earbuds and it wouldn't work. So let me see if I can. I'm going to have to order me a mic that hooks up.
I got one just to get by at Walmart. I ain't working with it right now, but it was just a cheap $40 one. It was like made by Samsung, I think. It's just a tiny little microphone that you can just put on your Chromebook, and it's got a little clip on it, so it could sit up for you.
Uh-huh. Does it work good?
It's pretty decent.
Oh, well, that's good. I think I'm gonna order me one off Amazon.
Yeah, that's it. Amazon or eBay, that would be a good idea too. That always, when I order stuff, I try to order stuff instead of getting it at Walmart, because normally if you find it at Walmart and it's about $90 or whatever, anywhere, Best Buy, any of that, if you find it there and it's expensive, you always need to look online at other websites because I've been that person that has bought a speaker and all kinds of stuff for $500 before, and then you get online and you can find it for $250.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy like that snowball mic. It's something. It's called something like that. I can't remember the name. So
I
Lisa
see.
says we sound bad. She said the audio sounds bad.
It sounds bad. Okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
all I can think of is if I turn this, possibly maybe if we'd probably have to start it over, or maybe I can just come back up another day. But I'm just thinking I'll try these headphones one more time and see if that happens to help.
Yeah.
I don't know what it could be.
It's StreamYards probably.
But I mean, it seems like I think it has done this before to me in a situation. And you said
Yeah.
you don't have your headbuds on, so am I loud over there, like on your side? Is the volume up real loud?
No, I put my earbuds back in and they finally hooked back up. So
Okay,
I
let's see if
thought
I can
that
make
might
mine work
help.
now.
I gotta get some coffee.
Let's see. All right, my earbuds are in. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Katie
is it
says you
staticky?
sound perfect. See, some people are saying that it sounds good. Some people are saying that it sounds bad. It's different for everybody, I guess. It's like a
If
little
it sounds bad,
strategy.
maybe they need to just. Well, it's probably going to be just a little bit because I'm using these type of Bluetooth headphones. My phone doesn't have,
Uh,
and I'm on my phone, my iPhone, so that could be it too. But what I was saying is, if it's some people saying it's fine and some people saying it sounds awful, the ones that are hearing awful, they might need to click out and come back in. It could
yeah,
help. I don't know.
yeah, that happens sometimes. Um, but yeah, the article says
I was
that
reading this comment that you've got a screen that Stacy died eating and had lots of problems.
I thought she was a diabetic. Melanie's mom, Lori's sister, passed. What's her name? Let's see. Stacy Cope that's her name. Stacy Cope was suicidal for years. Really? Mel says the sound's going in and out. Sounds good to Cheryl though. It's so weird. I think it's something with StreamYard today. I've never had this many problems before with the audio. Stacy is Lori
Now,
Bellow's sister
for a minute,
that
you
passed
just
away. Do what?
let's see. I said for a minute I couldn't hear you again, and I was supposed to have to get out. I thought I was gonna have to go back out, but you came back, and I heard you. Um, I'm looking at their comments.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Leave
gonna
it to
work
Brooke to
right
have a
today.
terrible first live.
Oh, that's all right. It
Let's
happens. It
see.
happens sometimes.
Let's just try this. Just get out of it and restart my phone to see if it helps.
Yeah, that might help. It might, I don't know where you're on an iPhone and I'm on an Android device if that has anything to do with it. But I think my StreamYard keeps freezing up. KF, can you hear me? Yeah, it's not working right. Guys, can you hear me?